busy.
Where are you supposed to be? You're grounded tonight. Where are you supposed to be? And it's camp for loving on Bear. Well,
Grounded.
I guess you shouldn't have had the attitude earlier.
Who's got attitude?
The kid.
The kid?
The kiddo.
It's the kid. Be copping that attitude with me, motherfucker.
Okay. Oh, well. Not tonight, you can't.
Asshole Ty said no.
She came home. She raised her voice at me, started back talking, and I was not having it today. And so she's grounded tonight. Now, if her attitude changes and she gets better, then tomorrow she'll be ungrounded. But for tonight, she gets to stay in the camper and love on Bear. That's about all she gets to do tonight.
He said he wasn't having it tonight, but, you know, if it was like a Wednesday, it'd be all right.
No.
Yeah.
I just have a lot of patience normally.
No, there's zero tolerance for attitude.
Yeah.
Hell no. Yeah, that's just how that goes.
If she gets a little sassy, that's one thing. If you start yelling at me and raising your voice at me, oh, hell no.
Yeah, that's where you pop off the, who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
I thumped her on her forehead.
I love the way we've started this out tonight. This is awesome. What's going on, everybody? I'm Hillbilly Hefner. This is Guy Talk. I'm joined, obviously, by, what the fuck are we calling you now? Coach Ty. That's your name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it changes every week, so goddamn. never can figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to call you.
You can call me whatever you want, just don't call me late to dinner. That's all there is to it.
Yep, I like that. Also joining us tonight is the Vince McMahon of the Mac Attack Show, Dino Mac himself. Dino Mac, what's going on, my brother?
You better say his name, and his name is George Floyd. You better say it. Because if you don't...
Oh, God, we're going right into that, aren't we? Not even a warm-up? Not even
right
a reach
into
around?
it.
Not even a reach around? Nothing? You can't even do like a slow stroke maybe a little bit first? We're just going to go right into the ass fucking.
At least kiss him on the back of the neck before you fuck him like that.
I know, right? Yeah, we got Daryl Hilton on the chat board saying Guy Talk just turned into the parenting show. I thought maybe we could touch on that maybe for a few minutes before we go straight into the, grab your torch and pitchfork,
Oh, there's nothing to talk about. She's grounded. That's all there is to it. There's nothing to talk about there.
All right, well.
It would be no different if it was a Wednesday then, or?
No. Oh, no. She'd done it Wednesday. She'd been grounded Wednesday.
Well, you said you had patience most of the time, but you wasn't going to tolerate it today.
I have patience with sass. There's a difference between being sassy and being loud. That's being loud.
Okay, explain that.
Well, hang on.
What do you mean, hang on?
He must be yelling at the child.
No, she just decided to come over here, and I don't want her to be over here during this part because I don't like her being around me when I'm doing Guy Talk.
Gotcha. All right, so Dino Mac, you were saying.
Yo. Well, I was just saying what.
Well, you want to talk about this? Let's talk about it.
Or we was talking about parenting.
No,
you said Mr. Floyd.
Well, would you guys not do the same? If your kids were doing that shit?
Well, yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
there is no...
Time out.
All fun ends.
Time out. We're picking a topic here. Are we talking about parenting or are we talking about Floyd?
We're talking about parenting right now. You said you don't want to get into the Floyd right away.
He was having issues, so I figured we'd move on to the next topic. That way we're not just sitting here listening to him, breathe heavy into the mic. Trying to resist the urge to eat them sausage fingers.
Yeah, I mean, it was real quickly. I mean, you don't deal with any type of sass or attitude, or the coach is pretty good at that. He doesn't really tolerate that. He won't tolerate it from his players either. They're going to tuck in their shirts. They're going to do what they're told. It's just how it is. It's all about respect, and first and foremost, people sometimes I like to say that people like to just give in because it's easier just to kind of shrug it off, and kids will give sass and back talk and loudness and everything. Is zero tolerance policy at this house. I don't care if you're 5 or 25. You don't get to talk back in this house. That's just how that goes.
Well, see, I think a mistake that a lot of parents make is they're too busy trying to be their kid's friend as opposed to being their parent.
Yeah, I'm not true.
You can't be their friend. I mean, you can eventually.
I don't care.
But first, you got to be a parent, and that sometimes means not doing everything that your child wants or let them get away with everything that they want. You got to be a parent first.
Well, like at our age, it's okay to be friends with your parents now. We're grown-ass people,
Right. Well, but
we're grown. We're grown adults with kids of our own now. It's okay to be a friend with your parent now, but yeah, I'm not. I love my daughter. I like her. I respect that she is who she is, but at the same time, too, she's going to show respect too. I am the parent, and that's how that is. If I would have done this to my parents, I would have got backhanded. If Brandy would have done this to her parents, they would have knocked her on her ass, and that's just how it is.
Oh, my dad would have lit me up. Fuck.
Right?
If my parents would have backhanded me.
You never thought you could hear a belt loops that fast, did you?
Oh my God. That pow! And if he snapped it right, you got that pow at the end, you knew you were fucked.
It's even worse if it doesn't make the it just makes the as it comes out, you're like, oh shit.
Or
he's real pissed.
What's
you hope that he gets in the first tug, because if they don't get in the first tug, they just get more pissed off that they couldn't get the belt out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they don't get it on the first pull, you're really fucked.
Yeah, you can get on the first pull, you just start running.
Yeah,
because you're gonna die.
Because they're gonna fuck around with that belt for a few seconds. That gives you a couple steps head start.
If I ever got hit by my parent, I was hitting back. And if I would have got my ass beat, then we wait till they go to sleep and it's on. That's how I dealt with
he's
shit.
Just got to be the fucking opposite of everybody. He just has to.
No. I'm being honest with you, and I wish my mom was alive here to tell you, but she's not, and she would tell you, go ahead and hit him. Go ahead and hit him. He thought he had free reign of everything. So it was very hard to raise me because I didn't think it was fair that I was getting hit. Now, look, if I was in the wrong, I was in the wrong, and I didn't always like it all the time either. But I did take my punishment when I had no other option but to take the punishment. I remember I didn't get to go to a dance one time because I was grounded because of bad grades. And I was so pissed. I was pissed. But it's just one of those things. It's all like, well, you had your chance to get the grades up. There's nothing you can do. Screaming. So, I did what I always do, and I screamed and I bitched. And I bitched all night long. Threw stuff, asked them to come in there and fight me one time. I told my mom, I was like, come in here and fight me. Just fight me. And she's all like, you're crazy. And she just went to bed. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't care. And I was like, what the hell?
Well, she wasn't playing into your game.
Yeah, she wasn't playing in my game. But she hit me with that flash water one time, and I took that flash water back, and I hit her with it. And I said, how does it feel? That's when she kind of was like, okay, we got to go take this a different route.
Ooh.
If I hit him, he's going to hit me. So we're do this a different way. So then, the police officers in my life became part of my family. Every other day. That's just how it was. I mean, because here's the thing, I agree with you guys that, there's nothing wrong with spanking your kids. But there comes a time when it gets to assault with a weapon. And you can't go into public. And if somebody back talks to you, says, hey, you piece of shit, or something like that, you can't whip off your belt and beat them with it. Okay. That's just not how.
Why the hell not?
I mean,
Yeah, Ty, we can't hear you.
What? Hang on.
See, Ty tried to take the night off again, and he's at the campground again. He tried to take the night off. We wouldn't fucking let him, so he's going to have choppy connection.
I'm at the campground.
I said you were at the campground.
Yeah, I'm at the campground. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm trying to take the night off. I am taking the night off. I'm here. No, you can rip your belt off and hit somebody. You're going to get in trouble. But you know what? Sometimes it's worth the trouble.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw that out there. Sometimes it's worth that trouble.
Sometimes. We got
you can just find fun.
We got Happy the Clown on the chat boards. He says, yo, yo, yo. Hashtag fuck the police. Daryl Hilton says, my parents would make me walk barefooted uphill both ways to school and back. Daryl, you ain't that old. Happy said, spare the rod, spoil the child, and fuck all that other shit. And then said, sounds like he's got a robot dick in his mouth.
I've said this, I don't know how many times. I have said something to my daughter where I'm like, listen, I will bust your ass in front of God and everybody here. I do not care.
Yep, I told my son the same damn thing.
I don't care if I'm in a Walmart, a McDonald's, it does not matter. I will straight bust their ass anywhere if they are acting up.
Me, I'm going to mind fuck you. That's what I'm. For your punishment, I'm going to actually manipulate you into hating yourself. That's what I'm going to do.
You gonna do the ninja brain tricks, huh?
Yeah, it usually works. Like, for example, like if they throw a tantrum in the middle of the aisleway at a grocery store, we just drop our groceries and we leave. And we tell them we're not going anywhere till you can learn to act respectful. Nowhere. And since I had to drop the groceries, you don't get to eat. Yeah. Not cooking you nothing. Your stomach will suffer for your sins. Some people will call that neglect. I call that parenting.
I call that parenting.
Jeez.
I never had to hit you. I never had to lay my hand on you. All I had to do was leave the situation, tell you why we're leaving, explain to you what the situation is, and maybe next time you'll think about it, especially when you're hungry, because I couldn't get groceries. I couldn't get dinner.
See, that sounds an awful lot like let the child express themselves.
Just let the child express themselves.
Is that your kid up in a bell tower with a deer rifle expressing himself?
No, it's real simple. They won't express themselves no more when they're hungry. Not happening.
They might express themselves more if they're hungry.
Oh, well, they're a lot weaker. They're a lot weaker when they're starving. They don't move as fast.
What happens if they figure out how to cook their own food?
Oh, you just shut the utilities off. You don't have to.
Jesus Christ.
That may be going a step too far.
They call that neglect. I call that, well, get a job. That's what I call that.
Jeez.
You want to act like you're the parent? You want to act like you run shit around here? Good. You fucking pay this gas bill because NIPSCO's, they're high. They're real high.
Oh, my God.
I love you as a parent. I love you. I'm taking care of you. I cook you your dinners. I put the clothes on your back. I'm interested in the things that you're interested in. But you're not going to run around and act like a hooligan. And I'm not going to be the parent that sits there and goes, oh, well, kids will be kids. No. Kids are spawned from Satan. You know what I mean?
We had this pop up at a get together that we had. I'm not going to go too far into it, but we had this pop up as a thing that was there, and apparently I had said something where I'm like, yeah, my kid's not going to be doing this shit, and apparently it pissed off some other people, and it's because I have a standard for my kid. I expect them to act a certain way, especially when we go to other people's houses. Like, I love my daughter to death, but she is very much, if we go to someone's house as like a guest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those same rules applied to us. Like when we went to a house that we didn't know that was someone's house. You are a sit and be quiet kind of kid unless someone's asking you something, like asking you a question. Then you can talk. But unless someone's asking you a question, you just sit there and shut the fuck up. Like that's how it is. Okay,
Right.
I got it. You won't see them
take her shoes off.
There ain't no running around a house. There ain't no playing, horse playing around someone else's house. Hell no. No. Yeah. That would lead to an ass beating. That would lead to, do you want to go see what the bathroom looks like? No, I don't, because I know in the bathroom I'm getting a fucking beating. So I'll just, you want me to sit down and shut the fuck up? Gotcha. I got that. I can do that.
See, my child,
get your ass beat. Which one am I going to do?
I'd be like, hey, kiddo, you want to go see what the bathroom looks like? No, I already know what it looks like. What's it look like? Blood red. Red Rob.
It looks like an ass beating. I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
So this George Floyd thing.
George Floyd.
I know you're wanting to talk about that. Holy dog shit! Whoa, we got fucking Jo on the chat board. Jo has joined us. Says, "What's up, fellas?
What's going on, Jo?
Fucking Jo, where you been, Jo? No, he's been working a lot. So
we're on a roll here. Parenting here. Hold on now.
What?
Hold on. We're on a roll with parenting.
No, we're not. This is failing miserably.
No, this is not failing miserably. This is cut and dry.
You just told everybody on the radio that you would shut the fucking utilities off and starve your child to prove a point.
Yeah.
This is flopping.
Yep. I believe that's failing.
Yeah, that's failing.
Time to move on.
Well, of course, people know that is not actually what I would do. I mean, come on, dude. That was a joke. I'm sorry, if you're listening to this and you don't know that it is a joke, you're part of the problem.
Happy said my mom carried a 2-liter bottle of water and an old rag to waterboard me anywhere, anytime, if I acted up.
That's what I'm talking about. Forced violence. That's exactly. Hey, and this parenting kind of does lead into the George Floyd thing just a little bit. Now, people are going to be like, what? You're fucking stupid. It has nothing to do. No, the aftermath has everything to do with the after the situation here. But no, I wouldn't actually shut the utilities off. I just know that I don't have to raise I don't think that anybody should have to raise their hand to their kid. Their kid doesn't get to express themselves. Children, they say, "Oh, children, I'm a welfare child. I know this. I get this." Okay, everybody says, "Oh, kids have rights." They have no rights. Zero rights. You are slaves. You are slaves to the end until you earn the right to be a productive member of society. It's my goal to get you to the next level of life. So if you're in kindergarten, I got to get you ready for first grade. If you're in first grade, I got to get you ready to transfer into second grade. You know what I mean? If you're 21 and you're in college, I'm there to help you, get to that next step, give you advice, parent you. When you're 35 and trying to purchase your first house, I'm there as a parent trying to give you advice, to parent you, to get you ready for the next step in life. When I die, that's me saying, "You're next, fucker." That's what I'm saying. So, it's just one of those things that I agree with Ty. Nobody is going to sit there and really tell me that kids are going to be kids and sit there and say, "I'm parent of the year" on Facebook. It's just, or Instagram or Twitter or whatever. You're not a parent if you let your kids run amok. And then some people were like, "Well, you're not a parent if you don't let your kids run amok. If you don't let your kids be kids, then you're not a parent, you're a control freak." No. That's why we have the aftermath and the rioting and stuff after the George Floyd incident, which is completely horrible, by the way. Completely.
Okay, so since we're getting into this, I'm gonna go into this right now. Okay,
go ahead.
Please explain to me how going into this area, whether it's LA or out here in Minnesota, explain to me how going into these people's businesses and stealing and then burning them down, explain to me how that represents anything about what happened.
I'll tell you why. We are in a volatile time in our country right now, and they're looking for any excuse to go off, and this just happened to be it.
Yeah, but okay, I get this. All right, yes, that man. As much as I was reading through the thing here, and Happy was like, he killed an innocent man. Well, first off, the man wasn't innocent. He actually did commit a crime. However, he did not deserve to die. That was wrong. Yeah. That police officer was in the wrong the entire way through. They've showed multiple videos from around the area, and there was nothing that I could see on there that looked to be resisting arrest to the point where they had to take any kind of action that was taken.
Yep,
nothing,
I agree.
Nothing there. Nothing showed that there was any kind of resisting arrest that required them to do any kind of force that was used. That's complete and utter bullshit. Secondly, when someone sent me the stuff and said, "Hey, you need to check out this video. See what you think." When they said, "Yeah, he put the officer put his knee on this guy's neck and he died," I thought it was like he put it on too hard. It was forceful, and he killed him. No, dude was sitting on his knee for like 8 fucking minutes. Like he had gone completely lifeless before the end of the thing. And I'm like, that is fucking murder. That is straight murder. That's exactly what that was.
Yep.
Now, I know that the police officer's been arrested. He had better be tried for murder.
He is. Yes, and tried for murder, yes.
He's not tried, he's charged.
The other three should be arrested and held on, assisting, or what they call aiding and abetting,
or
for the same crime, because they didn't stop him either.
Accessory to the fact, yeah. This is called accessory to the fact, and I've always said, hey, you want to get rid of bail, get rid of accessory to the fact, because these officers, the other three, never actually committed the crime. They actually did not do the murder. But if we want to look at it seriously, if we want to look at it seriously, then yes, all three of those need to be charged with murder also.
Yep.
They didn't stop him. They knew what was happening. They didn't stop him. And to say, and yes, the guy was not an innocent man. He had done something to have the police called him in the first place. So I'm not going to say that he was innocent. However, the crime that he committed did not
justify the use of force.
Justify the use of force that he had.
Correct.
That I will completely agree with you. I will go to the bat with anybody that says that. But to say that he's an innocent man, he's not innocent. He did commit a crime. So I am going to say that. But how does loitering and looting and burning down? I'm gonna go out there and say it. Looting and burning down black-owned businesses. How does that help what happened? It doesn't.
Burning the American. They're burning the American flag as a protest. Black Lives Matter. They arrested the officer and charged him with murder. It's not like this guy got off free. I mean, how is that helping?
But these people coming in and going into these businesses and stealing from them and then literally burning the businesses down. Like they caught a couple businesses and apartments and stuff like that on fire. How does that show protest to what happened?
It doesn't.
You're hurting other black lives because you're hurting a black-owned business or you're hurting your black community by doing stuff like this. How does doing that help your cause? It doesn't help. And I don't understand how people don't see that doesn't help. That's why I have problems. If you want to protest, I'm all about the protest.
Yeah, peaceful protest.
You got to do it the right way.
Well, and here's my take on it. I agree with you 100% all the way through. But being formerly in law enforcement, the part that really chaps my ass is these three officers helped this one officer, in essence, kill this man. Okay, their use of force was way above the force continuum, and way above. And so I mean I agree 100%. But this is 4 officers that took it too far. This does not directly reflect the rest of the police community. There are good cops out there. There are bad cops. There's good priest. There's bad priest. There's, you got good and bad. There's good black people and there's bad black people. Okay? It's not.
There's good people. There's bad white people. There's good and bad.
Exactly.
Out there.
Exactly. And to say fuck all the police because 4 officers had their heads up their asses is not fair to the rest of them. There's a lot of good cops out there that are going out there every day and trying to make it better. And then you have 4 people that just decide to fucking, do some stupid shit. They killed this guy. And, okay, they have been, the one guy's been charged directly with murder and the other 3 have been arrested. So, the rest of the police, now they're trying to keep people from destroying a city, which again is not making any kind of point. And what kind of point are you trying to make anyways? Okay, so this happened. It was a terrible tragedy. It was cold-blooded murder that was caught on video. So take it out on these 4, not the rest of the country, and don't burn the flag. I believe there's a law against that. It's treason to burn a flag, is it not?
It is.
We talked about this before.
And happy. Listen, man, I get it. I understand that you see that we're seeing it as they're burning the buildings, and it's in no way or shape or form going to ever replace the life that was lost. I get that, and I know that they're going to rebuild those. But the fact of the matter is that by doing that, what is that really doing? It's not doing anything other than showing that people are out there writing and doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, just to get a name, just so you can get attention, so you can try to show what you're really trying to do. I mean, I get it, but I still don't think you're going about it the right way by burning people's buildings down. There's got to be a better way to do it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is the way I see it. Yeah, the police officers was completely wrong. I have no problems with police in general, regardless if I had to deal with them as a kid or if I had to deal with them as an adult. I've always been submissive to the police. I've always did whatever they asked me to do. I've had no problem with police ever before. Now I get a little cocky because I got a little bit of my mom in me, and when it comes to police, don't treat me like I'm stupid, motherfucker, because at the end of the day, you got red blood and pink guts just like I do. So don't think that just because you got a gun makes you superior to me, or because you're a badge. You're a servant. My tax dollars pay you, and you're going to do what I say. My protection is no longer your concern anymore, because the police officers always say we're here to serve and protect. No, you're just here to serve, not protect me. I'll be fine. I'm not calling you if a fucking burglar's in my house. I'm shooting fucker. Okay, that's just how that goes.
I'll call you after the fact.
I'll call you after the fact. Come pick up the body. Now, if I'm doing 75, and a 35, I'm expecting you to make an infraction. I'm expecting you to pull me over and enforce the law. That is your job. Your job is to enforce the law, not beat the fuck out of me and kill me. Okay, I don't care if I'm white, black, polka dotted stripe. It doesn't matter what my skin color is or what side of the tracks I'm on. Your job is strictly to enforce the law. And if I am breaking the law, I expect you to give me my infraction, meaning my ticket and my court date. Or if I'm extremely breaking the law, which would be doing a 75 and a 35, you better arrest me, because that is reckless driving. So, that's what I'm saying. I mean, do your job. Do your job. Okay, that's all I ever ask of police officers. Just do your job. And these police officers did not do their job. The only job that they did was a murder. A murder. You know what I mean? And now they're getting charged with murder, and they're gonna go away. And those guys are going to have to go to prison, and maybe the death penalty, which probably we will see the death penalty for these two. I don't see how any jury wouldn't give these guys the death penalty. But yeah, we're going to see these guys charged with murder. They're going to be in prison, and they're going to get fucked with every day. Every day. Every day that they're alive, they're going to suffer. They're definitely going to suffer for this. So my next point is I'm going to flip the script a little bit on this, because this is what I saw also. I saw no officers helping George at all. No officers saying, hey, dude, get off of him. Okay, that's enough. No officers doing that. And I saw about 10 to 12 people videotaping. Now, I agree with Ty. What's the point of rioting? If you're going to riot and loot, well, we're probably the same people that are sitting there recording this. You charge the officers. You charge it. If you're going to riot in the long run, you suck it up, Buttercup, and go take that charge of assaulting an officer and plow those some bitch. You've seen a guy dying, and you as a civilian had no fucking I just want to get this live. This is live. We're live on Facebook. This cop is hurting this young man, or this gentleman here that is on the ground. Look what he's doing. Put the phone down.
Yep.
And drop kick the cop.
Yep.
And riot those 4 police.
We won't see the death penalty, because Minnesota has abolished the death penalty in 1911 and has not gone back. So there will not be a death penalty in Minnesota.
But you can guarantee those guys will either end up dead in prison or they're going to suffer a very long time.
They're going to spend their entire prison sentence in solitary confinement, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
But I'd like to touch on a few points. Happy the Clown said the mayor should have told the police force to stand down and let them get justice in the street and publicly execute all 4 of them on the world stage. You can't do that. And the reason why is because the moment you allow that to happen one time, you will have that happening all over the world. And that is going to spiral into mass chaos. Everybody gets their day in court. Would be no different than if they got arrested or you got arrested. That's why we have the justice system. He also said all lives matter unless you got a badge, then apparently you get to pass to murder. Who got the pass to murder? Who got it?
Because these guys did.
These guys have been arrested. They're getting charged. I mean, that's how our judicial system works. If you kill somebody, we're going to arrest you, and we're going to try you. And if you're
our Constitution,
our Constitution has been put in place by that for that very reason. The moment you start going against that, I mean, that the Constitution is what holds everything together. And if you start going against it, if you start taking pieces of it out, then, you know, that's when the world's going to go into chaos. And, you know, and Happy said, we're going to have to pay taxes for them to live plush in jail. Fuck that shit. Where's the justice there? I agree with you. Okay, there's parts of the system that's broke. But the only reason why every single person is, I won't say 100% safe, I'm going to say semi-safe. The reason why every single person in the world is semi-safe to walk down the street every single day is because of what we have in place here. And is it perfect? No. Do I think these guys are going to live plush in jail? Absolutely not. Like I said, these guys are probably going to end up in solitary confinement, and they're probably going to get caught by somebody in that prison. They're going to walk into the wrong room at the wrong time. They're going to be going off to the shower. They're going to get it. Okay, somebody is going to get this. So, you know, if you try to take, you know, justice into your own hands, and again, Dean, I get what you're saying too. Absolutely. And being somebody that would be standing there with a camera recording this and the guy stops moving, I would be tempted to do that. But, you know, again, the moment you start trying to take the law into your own hand is the moment that we completely get rid of the Constitution, the judicial system. There is no law, and then you're just going to have mass murder and chaos.
Here's something.
There is a law. It's a stand your ground law. There is a law that was passed. It's a stand your ground law. Now, technically, the guy that was holding the camera could have stopped, could have gone and shoved that cop off of him. Now, yes, he would have probably had guns drawn on him, and as long as he didn't have a gun or was perceived an actual threat other than the fact that he was getting him off of him, he has a court case to be able to hold himself up that will defend him with that stand your ground law. However, he probably would have been in a world of hurt doing that shit too. But you can't tell me there was more than one person standing there with that camera. There was a lot of people standing there. You could hear other people talking. You can't tell me.
Yeah, they could have rushed those cops.
No, but see,
got 5 or 6 people.
But the problem is, all those people recording are standing there going, it's none of my business. It's not my business until it comes to rioting, and then it's all my business.
That's correct. And another thing that people aren't going to be too happy about, and this is what sucks, and if you don't like it, I guess move to another country, those police officers have the same rights as a civilian, meaning they have the right to a fair and speedy trial. Oh, yeah. If you can't afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And
they're going to get a lawyer.
Gets that. And
there's not a lawyer in that state that would take that case for that cop.
No, but there will be. There will be at least one, because everybody has a right to defense. Now, he's going to be the most hated lawyer in the world. He's going to, it's going to be a career suicide, but somebody's going to get appointed to that guy. And he's going to try to do his best.
It won't be a career suicide if he gets it off, gets him off. I don't know how that will be, but if he performs a miracle, you know what I mean.
There's too much evidence against him to get him off.
We're seeing this go to trial. We will see this go to trial. If we don't, I'll be very surprised. Yeah. And my thing of it is that then we start getting hit with memes with the cop kneeling down on the guy's neck saying this, and then Colin Kaepernick is why. And I'm like, no, it's not. Say what?
They've already sent that meme out. I've already seen it.
Yeah, I redid that meme and made my own because that is not why. Colin Kaepernick did not. He used his First Amendment right to point at his own agenda, and his own agenda was publicity. You want to know why I know that? Is because if there was anybody that was going to kneel down, it would have been to raise awareness for racism and police brutality. There would have been thousands, hundreds of thousands of different professional athletes around the globe doing the same thing. Kneeling in whatever retrospect you want, in the cause to raise awareness of whatever, but never, not once did anybody ever do that. They raised awareness somewhere else, otherwise off the field, whether it be basketball, baseball. But he started a little bit of a movement where players started actually kneeling down, and he never did that to raise awareness. That's what he said his motive was for doing so, but that wasn't his motive. His motive was his own agenda to be noticed as a player at the 49ers. And just to back myself up, we have Coach Ty live right here on Guy Talk. Tell me a little bit about Colin Kaepernick's career, Coach.
Well, it wasn't very long. He played well. I mean, he had a couple good seasons, but all in all, the fact of the matter was he wasn't that good a quarterback, for one. I mean, his numbers don't show it. He's a mediocre quarterback at best. And with all the publicity that he was creating for himself because of this, yeah, he didn't have a job. They let him go, and no one's brought him back yet because no one wants to deal with the PR nightmare that he brings with it.
Correct.
So for the mediocre career he had, he lasted maybe, four seasons, I think. And that was it.
So some people are going to say, so because he raised awareness, that's just proof right there that you're supposed to be hush-hush about police brutality and racism. No, you're not supposed to be hush-hush. No, you're supposed to raise awareness. But I disagree with the guy on the couch.
Here's the question, though, right? Had this been a black officer that was doing this to another black individual, would this have even made the news? That's the question.
Probably not.
Well, we don't know because these were people on cell phones recording. So I don't know. I can't sit there and say yes or no because we can't sit there and say that. I mean, this right here, was it a racism thing? Probably so. When you look in that guy's eyes, he's just, you can tell that he did not like black people. He thought they was beneath him. I get that. But if it was a black on black crime, meaning the black officer was doing that to a black civilian, I really do think the cameras would still be rolling just for the simple fact of people are trying to get police out of it. They're tired of police being so brutal, so cocky, so everything. Get out of my business, whatever. And they think they have that, that right to do. Okay, yes. Okay, they're servants. All right, but look here, man. Look here. Without police enforcing the law, we are going to have total chaos. If you think that you're not free in this country because you can't do whatever you want without repercussions, you are somewhere in there you're not educated. It's you don't get freedom doesn't represent the fact to do whatever you want and get away with it. You know, if you murder somebody, there's consequences. If you drink too much and you go driving, there's consequences. We do this because it's called law and order, okay? Law and order. There's a law that you're supposed to abide by. And for the Bible thumpers out there, it does say in the good book that you're supposed to obey the law of the land also. So don't come at me with that, with the Bible thumpers too. But anyways, I'm just saying you have got to have some kind of law and order. There has to be a set of rules into place, but it doesn't give police officers the right to, just because they got a badge, what this badge represents, I can get away with do whatever I want with badge.
Yeah, police officers are not above the law.
Well, and let's
exactly.
Let's try.
They need
this.
to make it. They need to do police officers the same way they do any soldier that serves in the military. Any soldier that serves in the military that breaks the law, not only do they face the state that they are in's laws, but you also face UCMJ. And I'll tell you right now, they hit harder than any state could. Maybe they need to make a thing like that for police officers.
Let's try this for a second, okay? Because everybody's so quick. And again, I 100% agree with what you guys are saying with these particular officers, okay? What they did was wrong. They've been arrested for it. Great. But let's take this into perspective, because a lot of people like to sit here and judge this shit while they're sitting on their fucking couch, all right? Eating their bag of Cheetos. Put yourself in any cop's shoes. Go out
Gotcha.
for a shift, okay? When you leave your door, you have to turn around, look back at your house, look back at your family, and you just know in your mind, it's ingrained in you. There is a 50-50 chance you are not coming home to any of that. You're going to lose your house. You're going to lose... You're not coming home. You're going to come home in a box. Okay? Think about that for a second. You leave the house, you turn around. This isn't just going off to your factory job or to your office job or to whatever job you have. Okay? This is you turn around. Nobody ever does that. In a normal job setting, nobody ever does that. In law enforcement, military, firefighters, EMTs, every one of them will turn around and look back at their door, knowing there's a 50-50 chance they're not coming home tonight. So then they go out. And the whole time they're out there, you're hated. You're hated. Okay? Everybody hates you because you're stopping them from doing something that they feel like they're entitled to be able to do. Oh, I was only going 5 miles over the speed limit. That's not a big deal. It's against the law. Period. End of story. I don't care if you don't fucking like it. All right? So, when you go out there, every single traffic stop is a potential death for you. This isn't sending an email. This isn't taking a phone call at your job. This isn't taking somebody's order at the front counter at McDonald's. This isn't putting some part together in a factory. This is every single time you stop somebody, every time you go on a call, every time somebody calls you for help because a crackhead is breaking into your house, they call you. This is the potential to die. This is where you have a really good chance of getting killed. Okay? Take that into consideration when you're sitting there judging every, quote-unquote, every fucking cop. Okay? Not everybody's like that. These assholes, I hope they fry. Okay? These 4 officers, I hope they fry. And I was a former officer. I used to be a police officer. That's why I'm passionate about this. But I hope these 4, I hope they fry. But to sit there and say that all cops are like that, no. Put yourself in those shoes just for a little bit. Find out what it's like.
And
every time you do something, every decision that you make, okay, you get a fraction of a second to make a decision. An attorney gets at least 2 years to pick that fucker apart until you've walked in those shoes. Dean, it's just like you with the pipe welding, okay? You are taking a risk when you do that job. If somebody
you get underneath that pipe, you're taking a risk.
Yeah,
that's right.
You get under and your life can be like that, gone, done,
burned instantly,
and you die. And not only would you die, but there's a good chance it'd kill everybody else around you.
That is correct.
If you made one mistake, or if somebody else makes one mistake. When a police officer walks up to a car he's just pulled over, and they got tinted windows, and he walks up, all he's trying to do is make a simple traffic stop because their taillight was out or something like that. The window comes down and he gets blown away in the street. No wonder cops are so fucking aggressive. No wonder cops are so itchy to defend themselves and to, do their thing. It's like you can't do anything without having to watch your ass. And I'm seeing all these chats pop up. I get it. I get where you're coming from, but not every cop is like that. Period. Now, these guys, I hope they fry. All right? Anybody that abuses their power, anybody that abuses that badge, I hope you fry for it. And you should fry for it. But not everybody's out there is like that. And the problem that we have today is because these 4 assholes did it, that means everybody behind a badge is the same fucking way. And that to me is wrong. That's not the way to look at this. Okay? Again, I think these guys are wrong and I hope they fry. But to judge every cop out there because of these 4 assholes or any of the other assholes that have abused their badge, okay, the priest, there's been allegations and some convictions that priests have molested kids. So you look at every single pastor, priest, clergyman as the same way? Do you judge them all by the actions of a few? That's racism. That'd be like saying all black people are, this or that because a couple of them are.
Right. That's exactly right. We're going to go to a commercial break.
Huh? You both talk.
We're going to go to a commercial break.
Yeah, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Damn it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Dino Mac, and you're listening to the Mac Attack Show. You're able to hear this podcast for free because of our sponsors. One of our sponsors is DAP Photography. The photos you want, the memories you won't forget. Also sponsored by Funwear Studios. Find them on Facebook, follow their link, and get yourself a personalized clothing item. You can also get the Mac Attack Show's t-shirts and Dino Sports Bar t-shirts there.
Are you tired of having a get-together and somebody showing up with a boombox? Are you wanting to add an element to your event that will make it epic? Are you tired of paying for overpriced DJs that only deliver music and not a night of memories that will be talked about for years? Then call D Music Company and let us show you how to have a real party. Dances, weddings, reunions, or maybe you're just lonely and want to party by yourself. If there's a crowd, we'll get them to boogie down. So call today to book your next event that you will never forget. 574-952-4169. That's 574-952-4169. Mention the Mac Attack Show and receive $25 off. Don't settle for a champ. Call a master.
Hey, it's that guy Ty from the Mac Attack Show. I don't mean to bug you, but if you live in the Indy area and are having pest issues, call Bugs Be Gone. They can take care of anything from ants and bedbugs to roaches and termites. Give them a call at 317-945-2965. Tell them the Mac Attack Show sent you and get 20% off your services. They have been taking care of indie customers for over 15 years, trusting them to take care of your pest needs. Again, call Bugs Be Gone at 317-945-2965 and tell them the Mac Attack Show sent you.
We all know someone, at least one person in our life, that's got an oil stain in the middle of their driveway. Or maybe they got some moss or some mold on their patio. Well, I've used these guys before, and I suggest that you use these guys now. A&R Power Washing LLC, located in Chesapeake, Ohio. They power wash homes, decks, patios, porches, roofs, driveways, sidewalks, boats, travel trailers, bumper pole, fifth wheel, it doesn't matter. These guys got commercial grade hot water power washing that will take out any stain for you guys. Call or email today for a free estimate. Phone number 304 962 6568. Again, that number is 304 962 6568. Or you can email them at arpowerwashing@yahoo.com. Tell them you heard them on the Mac Attack Show. And Dino Mac, the Mac Attack Show, has powered and grouped up with A&R Power Washing LLC to give you 10% off your next order. Call now.
All right, and we're back. And guys, make sure that you check out our sponsors. Make sure you support them and help them out. They're the reason why we're listening to this for free today. So make sure you guys check them out. They're a good group of people, so check them out. So, this is a pretty passionate topic, and you know, I get both sides, and I understand where both sets of people are coming from. I want to make one final point, and then Ty, I'm gonna let you go. All right. My final point, and then I'm done with this. Like I said, I'm gonna let Ty go. Is unfortunately, we have buried a lot of people. We have buried a lot more police officers. Shit that hits the news, and most people dismiss it just as quick. Officers that are killed in the line of duty, everybody reads it, they go, that's sad. And then that's the last thought they ever give about it. There's never a riot because a cop got killed. There's never a looting because a police officer was, put in critical condition by, several people that just wanted to get out of a DUI, or the officer that was stabbed in the back of the neck because some lady called because her husband was beating the shit out of her, and then when they arrested him, she stabbed him in the back of the neck, saying, "Don't take him, I love him." These stories come out all the time, and nobody ever gives it a second thought. Nobody ever thinks about it afterwards. There's never rioting. There's never looting. Nobody loots over that. Okay? We've buried way more cops than we have officers that have abused their power. But see, the negative news, the people, abusing these powers is what gets the airtime on TV. It's what gets everybody to be what I like to call sheeple, where they're sheep. You just follow the crowd because, that's what they want you to do. But I stand behind this. We've put a lot more police officers in the ground and never gave it a second thought because they were trying to do an honest job that, yes, they volunteered for. They're putting their ass on the line for you every fucking day, just like our military, just like our firefighters, just like our EMTs. But when one of those four groups die, it's a sad story, and then you never think about it again. But when something like this happens, then everybody, all the people behind the badge are pieces of shit. To me, I can't support that. I can't agree with that. So that's my final thought on it. Ty, giving you the stage.
Okay. So, first off, I want to go back to a post that says, they signed up to be public servants to protect the public. If you're going to be trigger happy because you want to protect yourself, get the fuck out of law enforcement. First off, I'm gonna clear this one up real quick. If you live in a South Bend area, Indianapolis area, high crime area, and you're a police officer that's stationed there, okay, and you do a routine traffic pullover, and these people have tinted windows, and then you see someone drive by and you see the cop has his hand on his gun as he's approaching the window. Are you going to call him a piece of shit because he has his hand on his gun? Is he trigger happy? No, he's doing that because he knows that he could walk up to that edge of that window, and that guy could already have a gun drawn and blast right through that window and kill that dude. And you know why? Because it's happened, I don't know how many freaking times. I know at least 6 times in the Indianapolis area that it's happened. So to say that the cop is trigger happy and wants to protect himself, no. He just wants to make sure that what he's doing is not going to end up dead because of an asshole that's being pulled over because they don't want to get pulled over for speeding or drunk driving or have a warrant against their arrest because they're a piece of shit. Okay? Now there's 2 things that need to happen. And I seriously needs to happen. One, when police officers are getting hired on by police departments, they need to do a rigmarole, and these police departments need to know what they're hiring and who they're hiring because, yes, as of lately, there have been a lot more things showing where people have been abusing their power as cops. That's not right. No cop, no civil servant has done anything would ever want someone to abuse their powers. Okay? So, yes, I do feel like police departments need to be a little bit more thorough on seeing who they're hiring and regulate that stuff. If they catch somebody doing something, they need to do a write-up. They need to do suspensions. They need to just fire them. That stuff needs to happen more often. I'm not saying that it doesn't. It needs to happen more. But the biggest thing is, and I stress this, is the fact that they don't have proper training. A lot of these big cities, yes, they do get training. They do go to police academies. That's what? How long is a police academy for? A couple weeks? 8, 9 weeks maybe?
I think it's 16 weeks.
Training?
16 weeks, I believe.
And you do it one time, and then how many times do you go through training after that?
Well, you have your basic every year you have to do so many hours of continuing training, but it's not nearly enough. Not nearly.
Right. And when you have these small town police officers, a lot of times they don't even go through school. They don't go through training. I can tell you right now, I don't think there's been an Argus police officer that's gone through much training, period. All right? Not to say that there's anything wrong against it, but let's just face it. They have
You're cutting out, Ty.
That have these small town police officers and some of these other, even these big police officers, these big city police officers, they don't have the training to deal with the situations that are going on nowadays all the time. So you have to be protective of yourself. Yes, at the end of the day, you want to be a civil servant. You want to protect others. But at the same time, you do have to protect yourself. You want to go home and see your kids and family at the end of the night. That's just how it is. Now, I'm not saying that everything that's happened, like you said, it's a split second. You have to make a decision. Not everything that happens is good. But that's their job. Yes, they're the ones that have no problems putting their life on the line. So you got to kind of give some of these people a little respect, cut a little slack. If they make a split decision, something goes wrong, you know what? I can tell you right now, if a police officer pulls a gun and shoots somebody on a split judgment because he thinks that the guy's going for a gun and the guy doesn't, right? And I can guarantee you that will stay with that officer for the rest of his life. For the rest of his life, he will know what he did. He may have been justified to do it, but that's going to haunt him for the rest of his life.
Just like
Whereas, you read through it all, you read through that at the end of the day, and you see it on the news screen. You might think about it for about 2 seconds, and you never cross your mind again. So, look, I'm not saying what these officers did was wrong. I completely agree. These guys should fry. Fry these guys. These guys abused their power. They killed somebody. Never would I go back on that statement. However, considering the rest of the police officers in the world pieces of shit and trigger happy because of what happened, I will never agree to that statement. That's all I got.
It comes back to walk a mile in my shoes. Until you go out and do it, until you're a soldier, until you're a firefighter, an EMT, a police officer, until you go do the job, you really don't know what all is involved. You don't know. That'd be like me trying to sit here and judge this, name something. I don't know. The guy kneeling down at the NFL. All right, that'd be like me judging what he's doing. Or maybe that's not a good example. Judging, somebody else because of what they did. If I didn't do that job, if I wasn't in that situation, it's really unfair for me to try to judge what was going on with this. Now, this case we're talking about is pretty fucking cut and dry. Okay, we got video of it. These guys need to fry. All right,
Straight murder.
but to
They need to fry.
it'd just be like if a soldier shot a kid in Iraq. Okay, does that make the rest of the soldiers in the United States military pieces of shit? No. So, and Ty, have you ever heard of that happening where a soldier kind of went off the deep end a little bit and started shooting people that he probably wasn't supposed to be shooting?
Not necessarily that case, but I do know of people that killed a kid because a kid had a weapon and was shooting at him.
Well, I meant more like soldiers abusing the power that they have.
I mean, I've heard of it, never in any units that I've known. But I've heard of it.
But you've heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
So that means, there's again, you're just because a couple people abuse their power doesn't mean the rest of the soldiers are pieces of shit. Is all we're trying to get across here. And the police have a job to do. They've got a job to do. And again, goes back to the original point. Why are they looting businesses? Why are they tearing up the city? What point are they proving? And yet these officers are still standing out there trying to keep them from doing that. Damn, I feel kind of bad for the rest of the officers out there.
At the end of the day, they could just walk away and say, burn the whole place down. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. And if the looters come walking by your house and they throw a Molotov cocktail into your front door, and the police are like, fuck it, I'm with the people. Okay, you're going to be kind of pissed. So anyway, Dino.
I got one final point on this whole matter, and then you do whatever you want there, Hillbilly. You could shut down the show, but bottom line is this: cop killed somebody. Cops, plural, are going to be charged. They're arrested. It is what it is. Nobody got away with anything. Everybody saw the proof. Nobody stood up for anything either. Nobody. You honestly stood by and you waited for your time to get your free Nikes at Target. That's what you did. You did it. You just wanted the clicks, and you knew it was wrong. And you as society has failed society and law enforcement failed George Floyd.
Yep.
Society, and it was a combination of both. All right. If you're going to loot and you're going to riot for these types of things, and you're not going to be peaceful about it, you need to do it for all, because the Declaration of Independence states that whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and institute new government, laying its foundations on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. If you're not going to overthrow your government, if you're going to riot, you better riot over it all. Everything. You better riot over everything. Straight to the White House, straight to everything. It's your job as a United States citizen. And people are like, well, you're going to lead the battle? I am the battle. You're the battle. Hillbilly. Coach Ty, you're the battle. If you're going to riot and you want to institute new government, then let's do it. Let's go to the White House, the Pentagon, all of it. Let's fucking riot. Quit being a bitch. Suck it up, Buttercup. And do what your mama taught you not to do, and that was act a brat. If you're going to riot over something, riot over that. If you want change, then you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to overthrow your government. And you don't even have to riot to overthrow your government. You can do it from the inside. It's called go get an education, learn politics, get into politics, change a life, okay? If you got to be the Clintons, off somebody. Whatever you got to do, whatever you got to do
Force
to
somebody to
change
commit suicide.
government, how it is. Okay.
Heard it here. Dean just committed suicide. He said something about the Clintons.
Yep.
What I'm
Nice
saying
knowing you,
is,
Dean.
if you are going to riot when it has nothing, it's doing you no good to riot. If you're going to stand by and watch a black man get murdered and you didn't want to riot right there, and you had the numbers, okay? More than likely, you're the person that if they drafted you to go to war, you'd probably dodge that shit because you're a pussy. Because you can't take the assaulting a police officer charge. You could have saved George's life
Or a bullet.
by drop kicking that officer. Take out the chinky officer, okay? Take out Ole Ming Chow.
Did he say
Okay.
chinky? We're going to have to edit that out.
Yeah.
God
Don't edit it.
damn it.
Take Planetite out. You should have took him out first, and then proceeded to drop kick the white officer that had his knee in George's neck. But you didn't. You wanted publicity. You wanted to get it on tape. You wanted to say, hey, this is not changing. We need change, but I'm not going to do shit to change it. That's what you did. You stood around and you bitched about it, and you did nothing. So, yes, my final point. It's your job as a United States citizen to overthrow an unjust government, and let's be honest, it's unjust. Fuck you, Trump. Okay? It's unjust. It's unjust government. And if you want to change law enforcement being brutal, then change it.
Or here's
Okay,
an
they
idea.
have to send-
Go be a cop. Go become a cop. Change it. Become a cop.
Quit breaking the law, asshole!
I do like what Gene said. He said the human race failed. And it did in this case. And everybody failed. Law enforcement failed. The people standing around failed. Everything collectively failed. But before you start pointing fingers, remember, when you point at somebody, you have 3 fingers pointing back at you. So what did you do to fix the situation?
Right.
Right. Cops, police stations, law enforcement, they're begging for people. They're begging to hire people. So if you can do it better, then go out there, get the job, and go do it. But until you've walked in their shoes, until you've walked in everybody's shoes, you got to be careful throwing judgment out there.
Yeah, because if you keep rioting, useless rioting, I like to call it useless rioting. If you keep useless rioting, what's going to happen is they're going to gas you, they're going to bomb you, they're going to sandbag you, they're going to go in, and they're going to wipe you out. Military will go in there and take you out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put it back. oh, Trump, he'll be like, we got to go downtown LA, nuke it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Martial law, motherfuckers. Martial law.
Yeah, don't think that your government won't be like, okay, enough is enough. Because everybody that breaks the law, you pretty much, what you have done is you have taken your right. It's kind of like a child. When you break the rules, you have to have punishment. Okay? You have to have structure. You have to have, so you have forfeited your right to freedom when you break the law. Yep. You have forfeited. You say, I give up. Fuck it. I don't need to have a job or nothing. Fuck food stamps. They don't buy diapers anyways. That's what Eminem said. So, I'm gonna rob this liquor store, and if I get arrested, then I get arrested because I'm forfeiting my right to freedom. If I get shot, I'm forfeiting my right to freedom. If I join a gang, I am forfeiting my right to freedom. So with that note, I'm done. I'm out of here. Pointless shit.
Pointless shit.
Fucking too.
Gene finished off with, "What did The Rock say?"
Who gives a fuck?
Well, this has been an interesting and emotional show. I think we're done, though. I pretty much beat this dead horse to.
I'm gonna get a beer and some tequila and go on a golf cart ride. That's what I'm gonna do.
You're breaking the law. You have forfeited.
Hey,
right.
you said you were done. Shut the fuck up, Mister. Give me liberty or give me death.
That's right.
Yeah. This has been fun. I like it. It's been good. It's been a while since we've had a real passionate throwdown, emotional guy talk like this. So, to all the fans, hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody has an opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and most of them stink. So, hey, it's what it is. But we do appreciate you guys getting on here and chatting with us. Thank you very much. And we hope you guys enjoyed the show. But we're gonna get the fuck out of here. I mean, it's beer time, baby. It's beer time. So,
yeah.
But guys, I'm Hillbilly Hefner. This has been Coach Ty, Dino Mac. Thank you for joining us on Guy Talk tonight. But if you have an issue, we'll bring you a tissue. We're out of here, guys. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Peace. Say bye, fuckers.
Don't forfeit your freedom.
Dean's starting the V for Vendetta movement.
I'm starting to walk. Stuff like that tequila is what I'm starting.
Yep.
It's the episode of Firewatch.